I've only been doing this for 5 seconds and I'm already dizzy. We are going through a time paradox. Holy shit. Well, I bet that intro probably got you dizzy just as much as it did me. Something completely random, but something a little different compared to most of my intros. So, hey, 2019, we're back at the super cruise ship build finally. So, what's new? Well, nothing really much. So, I guess a few things that I'm going to say before I kind of start talking about the ship. Yes, if you're seeing this little bald eagle thing, I did rip this off the SS United States or the SS America. I honestly can't even remember what the name of the ship was. But yeah, I mean, my ship's got it now because I'm American, I'm patriotic, and it looked really cool, so I thought I'd implement it. So now that we got that out of the way, I think what I'm gonna do for future episodes later on down the line, since it's 2019, I'm going to start titling my videos, 2019, so people know which one's new. And I'm also going to start, with like episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, so that way you can actually tell which video is different. Because I know a lot of my videos back in 2018 had the same exact title, just with a slightly different thumbnail. And I'm pretty sure most people are kind of... I mean, I know all of my subscribers would know when I upload a new video, but of course any new viewers that come through YouTube randomly and have never seen me, met me, or saw what I'm building here, if you're interested in this ship and you kind of want to see what I've done beforehand, way back when, you don't have to subscribe or any of that stuff, but you could click on my channel and just go through my video playlist and see all the videos I've ever done about this ship. You could almost kind of say it's almost kind of like a time lapse sequence, just in a series of videos. That could be a thought. So, anyway, we are now back at the super cruise ship build, and of course, as big as it is, there ain't going to be too much of anything ridiculous that I've done to it here recently, but working my way from the front of the ship to the stern, I do have a few new things to show you. Of course, this bald eagle American flag decal sitting on the ship is a pretty cool thing to see. I mean, I mean, for some veteran cruisers, real life ship enthusiasts, this might be kind of a sin for, ocean liners, or it may kind of throw the entire look of my ship off, but I mean, for me, honestly, I think I'm going to hold on to it for a while. I don't know if I might change it, tweak it, or maybe change the design on it. Whew. But anyway, so, that's one new thing. It's pretty cool. Now, I've actually been starting to get a few compartments of the, front of the superstructure put into place. For some reason, I'm short on breath. Let me breathe for a second. Okay. So I'm starting to get a couple of the compartments in the front of the superstructure, trying to speak more clearly. And on the first level here, I'm starting to get the remnants of what's supposed to be a gymnasium in place, and this would probably be a little easier to see if I actually went inside. And all that green carpet, I'll talk about that here in a second. So, considering the fact that a lot of ship enthusiasts that like watch movies, like of course 2006's Poseidon, the ship that gets capsized by a rogue wave. There is a couple of schematics of like the wraparound glass windscreens, which a lot of people say that the front of my ship very much does look like the Poseidon. And of course, I went as far as to like look closely at some of the areas, and one of the levels had a gymnasium. So the entrance of the gymnasium would be right here. There's going to be like a steam room, a spa, dressing room, and restrooms kind of like tucked away around the arches of the walls on either side. So you'd walk in, and of course I still need to add all the exercising equipment. I kind of had like an interesting idea, maybe right here in the center, closer to the glass screen, the wraparound glass window. I just put a couple of little slabs of carpet, different colored carpet, to kind of look like yoga mats, exercise mats, or just towels that people lay on the floor to do their workout. And then you'd have like your instructor sitting on this one here, and everybody else would be doing their thing. And I followed a tutorial on how to do, decent enough bench seats or lifts. I'm not an exercise buff or athletic or any of that nature, so I'm kind of an idiot whenever it comes to saying what all this exercise equipment is. I mean, there's probably a lot of people that'd be like, "It's this, you dumbass." Okay, I didn't know. I'm sorry. But anyway, so I tried to make up all these thingies, but then next thing you know, the world says I have reached the maximum number of armor stands. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Plus maybe another 7 more around the ship. So that's kind of underwhelming, the number of armor stands you can have in one world. But anyway, so I mean, you'd have like the treadmills, bench lifts, dumbbells, and just overall, arm weights that you can curl and all that stuff. And I mean, that pretty much just be the ultimate summarization as to what this entire compartment's going to be. And then going up above that, I'm pretty sure this would be the cue for me to add some night vision. Here, within the next 2 levels, directly above the gymnasium, I was going to build me like a supersized primary casino. I mean, it's not going to be the only casino, but it's going to be the biggest one aboard the ship. And it's going to consist of 2 levels. I just haven't gotten the ceiling of the casino put into place yet. But this little, open, I guess you could call it like a miniature lobby or an atrium within the casino. I'm thinking either about making it like a concert area where there'd be like a miniature stage for a band, and then like a checkered floor, dance floor, and then there'd be a couple of like dining tables and stuff here in the middle. But that's all kind of floating around. I don't know which idea is going to be, stuttering again. I am not good at this shit, but I don't care. It's good enough for me anyways, and it seems to be good enough for you guys. So, I mean, the final idea is not determined yet. I guess that's how I was trying to put it. So, I mean, overall, the floor is just green carpet, and up in the ceiling on the first level, I've kind of got oversized checkerboard style that's, a different shades of green, just to kind of complement, not even complement, but go along with the floor. But there's going to be like some like white rugs and strips of different colored carpets going in between the slot machines and the game machines, and and then there'd be like some poker tables. Like, I guess the slot machines and stuff would be on this level, and the table games would be up here, with maybe like a couple of bars and a restaurant somewhere tucked away near these wall areas. Wall areas, yeah, walls, just basically walls. There's nothing else to call them, Jack. You're an idiot. They're just walls. So anyway, let's see here. Is there anything else added as far as the bow is concerned? Doesn't seem to be. Now, I don't know if I elaborated on what I got going on here in any of my previous videos, but I guess I'm going to recap here. A fellow subscriber of mine contacted me and asked if they could help with the ship, and I got online with them, friended them, and all that stuff. And I guess also, as I'm mentioning that right now, if you're trying to get a hold of me on PlayStation, make sure whenever you send your friend request to at least put a message along with it saying that you're from YouTube and you found me through my videos and you're wanting to help. That way I know that you're from YouTube and you're trying to get a hold of me, because if you send just a plain Jane friend request, I'm not really going to look at it. So, I mean, if you've sent me one beforehand and I've just never said anything, I'm sorry. But, maybe if you come back and send a message saying that, hey, yeah, I'm from YouTube from some time back when, then I'll get a hold of you here. So, now back to what I was saying. All right, so me and one other guy came along one night, and we've got all the, the balcony staterooms on this side of the ship put into place. And if you're kind of getting curious, each individual deck is a different color of carpet. I guess you could call it color coordination for the individual decks rather than just going by numbers. It goes by color, just to make it a little more simpler. I mean, that's not like that's going to be the color of the floor throughout the entire area of the ship on each individual level. So, yeah, we got them all filled in. We got the balconies and the walls and all that stuff, but all the furniture and stuff still yet to be added. But I do have one cabin here that's kind of got like a prototype floor plan as far as like a basic balcony side stateroom would go. You got your twin queen-size mattresses with like a little bit of a shelving area in the back here. Big TV, entertainment center. This glass area would be kind of like a miniature wardrobe. Hey, look, one of the armor stands. Some storage, some shelving. You can put stuff in the shulker boxes, and this would be kind of like where your miniature bathroom is. A small enough stand-in shower, sink, more storage, half-assed toilet. Nothing special, nothing sophisticated or highly detailed, but you can immediately walk in here and be like, oh, okay, that's the toilet. I mean, this is Minecraft, so there's really nothing ridiculous you can do. And I do have just the one hallway on this level done. And they're all going to basically share this same style and setup with like the red, white, and black, you know, elongated checkerboard style. And with kind of like a white gap in between to almost kind of make it look like it's a series of rugs rather than just being a whole elongated piece of carpet. And let's see here. Yeah, there'd be a junction that goes this way. There's going to be some more internal cabins here. Like, if, of course, you got the first interior cabin set up right here. You go in one more, and there's going to be another row of them over here. I mean, you can pretty much, if I just fly up, yeah, you can see where I've kind of got, like, the improvised floor plan laid out. And, of course, that's just going to stack up all the way to the top on both sides. Yeah, I do got the other side put into place. And that's another thing I just noticed. The entire starboard side of the ship is not detailed whatsoever. But then again, it's not like I did that on accident. I intentionally knew about this ever since I started the project. Now, if you're kind of wanting to know why I do this, I guess take it as like another tip or like another piece of information, I guess, as to how I build my ships. I always build one side fully detailed as almost kind of like a template to see what all I'd want to do, what all I don't want to do, and say if I have an idea, I slap it on there. It don't look good, I can take it back off and, you know, restart again. But as far as, you know, the port side of the ship goes, I think as far as all the details I have on it right now, I probably should go ahead and copy it over to the other side, because it's pretty much exactly how I want it. So, now with that, you know, thrown out there, let's see, cabins, and let's see, I think the next area, I might have just flew over this in the last video, but now I'm starting to get the primary, you know, pool deck, or Lido deck. I'm not completely sure as to what this deck would be called, but it's midship, you know, very top, sun deck, pool deck, you know, Lido deck, whatever the hell floats your boat. But yeah, I finally got the pools and stuff put into place, you know, with like the little extravagant, colorful patterns going along the rim of like the, I guess you could say this is going to be the kiddie pool right here. You know, I'm thinking about putting like a little bit of like a, play jungle, or I don't know, just like the little structures you have in the middle with like a few extra small slides, water fountains, and stuff like that. And then over here, this would be like your adult pool with a deep end and shallow end. And you got the Atlantis logo tucked away underwater, all nice and lit. And under this glass canopy, I was going to have like a an in pool bar. You know, the bar would be kind of swinging out into the water, and then the, you know, guests or the passengers would still be in the water sitting on the little stools. I mean, I would imagine the majority of you know what that looks like. And then you got yourself a couple of extra pools up on top. I mean, realistically, this would probably not be a good place to put a pool. But I'm still going to work out the kinks here sometime down the line. And a couple of water slides. They're very cheap and very dangerous because 9 times out of 10 you don't ever stay in the slides. So these need a little bit of work done to them. And I think as far as the pool deck, that's just about all that is as far as that goes. And something, okay, now the next thing down the list would be something that I completed here just last night. I finally got all of the outer rings that the second Atrium put into place where Big Green's hanging out. So if I were to start down here at the bottom, because this Atrium is taller than the one way over there, when you sit down here and look up now with all the rings of the outer floors put into place, you genuinely get an idea as to just how tall this ship is. It genuinely makes you feel like you're sitting in a skyscraper. And as far as Big Green goes, somebody did something new to him. And let's see here. If I fly up here, somebody just stuck a little top hat on him. Of course, I wasn't so sure about it, but now that I look at it, it seems... I mean, it's cheesy, but it's funny. And Big Green's expression don't seem too happy about that. So, there is something I can do here to make him happy. Just gotta adjust a little 2 spots on his eyes, and now he's happy. Or he kind of has a better smile on his face. Oh, and something else that'd be kind of funny. If I grab Green here, Oop. Oh, did I not grab it? There we go. Now we're kind of playing with Big Green here. Oh, now he's kind of got like the little upset, shy face. Aww. I don't know. I just kind of fiddled with his eyes one day and found out you can just change his expression just by swapping out a couple of blocks. So let's see. Let's go back and give him the happy face. Because he's on a cruise. You can't be sad on a cruise. Cruise is where you have fun, isn't that right, bro? Yep. Oh, I guess you could say he's wearing the top hat because he's getting all fancied up and dressed up for the captain's dinner. Although I have no idea where the dinner would be unless I set up a bunch of fold-out tables out here in the Atrium and he hangs out with us. Well, shit. Now, I think, as far as that goes, there ain't nothing, yeah, there isn't really anything I've done to the stern here recently as of within the past few weeks, but something I did come along and do as far as the garden area is concerned. I just kind of threw a couple of more random trees in here, and I kind of stuck some around the other half of the garden area that's just been completely plain for the longest time. I still need to put all the fine, like some extra detail and some stuff on this end of it, and I also need to get like the arched balconies for the staterooms on this side just to kind of make it look all the more complete, but that pretty much just kind of sums... Actually, no, wait, that doesn't sum it up. I actually completely forgot the one area I actually dedicated a lot of time to. And I'm probably going to chop this bit out, and I'll see you guys when I get there. Okay, now we're back at the front of the superstructure, and I don't know why I completely just passed this, considering this is one of the things I spent more time on. But as far as the top two levels, the bridge and the level directly below it, I've had an idea go across my mind of like a supposed bridge crew quarters, like hangout areas, VIP guest lounges, and stuff like that as far as like business and conferences go. And the levels just below the bridge, you have, let's see, I think there's 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you got 4, individual, I guess, guest VIP, private staterooms. And they take up a good portion of this little balcony area just directly below the bridge. And of course, the outer floors have a different floor plan or floor layout that seems to be pretty damn small. I mean, well, more cramped as far as the one next door goes to. It's not as big, but it has a more straightforward, more spacious layout that gives you more room to play with as far as putting your furniture and stuff goes, and then it just practically reverses its direction when you hop over that wall and go the other way. And I guess, there's going to be like a couple of areas right here where there's some more guest rooms, and I guess I could talk about what those are here in a minute. But primarily where most of the work is directly behind the bridge. So the bridge is, in that general direction, and this entire area that's kind of closed off, I still haven't put the walls in this area yet, but it would be blocked off to just regular passengers and it'd be staff only, because you would walk through these, doors, which would be iron doors or redstone doors, I'm not entirely sure yet. You'd walk in here, and this would be kind of like where the conference, business, bridge crew quarters and cabins would be. So going that way, or going this way, you'd have a couple of more staterooms, maybe some bunk quarters for some of the bridge crew members, maybe like storage or a dining hall or a break room or something. And then I guess like these little areas here, which I haven't put in yet, this would be kind of like the high-ranking official staterooms, like maybe for the captain, or maybe the captain could pick one of the ones back up front. But yeah, there'd be 2 on this side and 2 on the other side, exactly the same. And it's pretty much symmetrical as far as, starboard and port goes. So everything you see here on this side is going to be exactly the same on the other side. But the big thing I'd like to show you is the conference room that I added. And it's, actually, before I go directly into it, you'd have I guess I should point out, this is the bridge. And in case I've never actually went into the bridge in any of my previous videos, now you kind of get a very close-up, personal look as to what the bridge looks like as of now. It still isn't complete yet, but you still got, a majority of all the controls, monitors, and throttle position levers. I think primarily the primary ones would be up here. Yeah, well, yeah, full ahead. Gotta get all of them. You gotta get all of them. Too many damn levers just to get the ship to go in one direction. And I guess like these would be kind of like the helmsman seats, and I guess these are like co-pilot seats. I don't know why they're here. I might get rid of those because they seem a little out of place. But then you'd be sitting in this seat, and you got your bow thruster control lever. You know, you got one on each side. So of course they'd be synchronized if each one was activated. And you got the computer monitors hanging from the ceiling. And of course it's just got the map of the overall ship. And now you can kind of see how big it is compared to a single map. You got the little miniature tugboat sitting right there. The modern house I built over here. And then the entire length of the ship just ever so barely fits into a single map. So yeah, I mean this. Now you can genuinely get a better idea as to how big this thing would be. And it looks like the whole, that'd be a starboard side of it hasn't rendered in. I need to go update the map. And the look of the view of the bow from the bridge looks a little something like this. The very tip of the bow is just barely within render distance. So that's pretty much the bridge. And something else I should point out: these little dips in the floor. I guess I watched a little too much of Star Trek or something involving spaceships, and I kind of wanted to add a little bit more of a sophisticated, modern look to it. So I just need to put like a stairwell that goes down here. There'd be a few more computer areas and all that kind of good stuff down here. And ooh, the bridge wing. This is also another interesting perspective to look at. Although, it would actually be better to look at the other side, because the other side is detailed, whereas the starboard side isn't, so we're going to go to the port side and look down here. This would be, of course, where the helmsman and bridge crew would operate the ship. You know, you got your primary engine throttle levers and then bow thruster levers, but yes, these are just placeholders, though, so this isn't the actual, control panel. But yeah, looking out the bridge wing, the tip of the bow is out of view. You can still see all the glass panes perfectly. Hanging over the edge, you can see the side of the ship as it comes close to a pier or a dock, and to make sure you don't just full-on ram it. Look in this direction, you can see down the side of the ship and all the lifeboats. Can't really see all that far, though. Ooh, damn. Oh, you can barely see one of the funnels just ever so barely rendering into the world chunk. So that's a long ways away. Now, I guess now we got all that out of the way. Let's see here. I'm just gonna take the hallway just for the sake of it. Oh, this one's dark. And the last but not least, the final thing I've got left to show you is the conference room, which I just completely skipped over the moment I went to the bridge. But I mean, it's a pretty big and spacious conference room that still needs a few more things added to it. And I kind of got more of an inspiration of like a what do they call it? A war room? War room. It kind of broadly sounds weird the way I say war. But yeah, kind of like a war room styled conference meeting area. Kind of like dark and gray, and you just got the center table in the middle. Big man, the captain sits here in the big seat and talks to some of his other staff members or VIP, maybe like multi-billionaires that are taking a trip on the ship. Or maybe other maritime business people. And that pretty much just kind of sums it up. And yeah, we got lava or magma cube displays sitting in the corner of the rooms. Luckily enough, nothing has burst into flames, but seems kind of wrong to have bushes this close to magma blocks, but, Minecraft magic. And if you're actually kind of wanting me to elaborate as to how the hell I did this American flag banner, I think I might have to just do a quick little video sometime later as to just how I would do it, because I've got my settings all turned off where I can't see what the hell I'm doing. But, I mean, let's see here. Yeah. I got the American flag banner here, wolf banner, penguin banner, something there, maps. Somebody made the British flag, and someone made the Japanese flag. So, I mean, if you want me to do like a quick little like 1 or 2 minute tutorial video on how to make the American banner, which is the only one I know how to make, all these other ones friends made for me. But yeah, I can do the American flag banner. So if you want me to do a tutorial on that, just real quickly someday, just let me know down in the comments if you're interested. Other than that, I'm just gonna say that this is the end of the video here. So that's pretty much episode 1 of, cruise ship build progress in 2019. So, now you know what all I've done, and it seems like it takes me about 3 weeks to a month to upload a new video every now and again. But that pretty much just kind of sums it up, everything that I've added to the ship as of recently, within the few days I've returned to it. So, of course, if you enjoyed, you enjoyed it. You don't have to subscribe, you don't have to like. I mean, I'm not a professional YouTuber. This isn't really what I plan on benching my life on, so it doesn't really matter to me, but you can comment all you want. So, I guess without further ado, this is pretty much it for episode 1, and I'll be seeing you sometime when episode 2 comes around, and you have yourself a good day.